Hi, I'm Shane Donnelly. This is my 2D animation second assignment, submitted on the 31st of January 2014.
In our 2D assignment 1, we were asked to illustrate the 12 principles of animation in a short animated video sequence. This was a group task in which we were given different roles, each of us given a few different animations to animate ourselves, and the idea was to try and keep it as consistent as possible. Once our video was made, then we had to upload it to YouTube, and then the idea from there was to go and showcase it around the college to other classes, and also to advertise it on Facebook, social media sites, trying to get as many people to comment and leave feedback on it as possible. As an additional task, we were also asked to try and contact any local animation companies that maybe we could get a wee bit of precise feedback from them, obviously working within the industry. I was able to get a hold of a guy from a local company called Strand Labour, and he was able to give us quite good feedback about how we went about animating the 12 principles and how we could improve in this as well. The next step then was to create a survey through the free service of SurveyMonkey, which allowed anyone who watched our video to have the option to leave feedback, which would also help us in the long run, maybe give us some ideas on how we could possibly improve our animation, whether or not certain aspects of the animation sequence worked well, like the sound, the narration, the actual animations itself, or even maybe the characters involved within the animation. Overall, we were quite happy with the results through our SurveyMonkey. 71 people chose to fill it out, which was a great help in helping us evaluate and further improve our video. We had 189 views on our YouTube video, which was more than enough, I think, to allow our video to be showcased around various classes and people just around the internet, friends or family, whoever that may have been. And we only had 5 likes on our video on YouTube, which wasn't very much, but the feedback on the SurveyMonkey was the main thing. One of the things picked up from one of the SurveyMonkey questions was, what did you think of the sound effects? And most people said that they liked the sound effects and that they added a bit of humour to the animation, which was always good. However, a few among those 71 people who left their comment had said that there was no sort of backing track to the animations, which made it sound quite dry, and this is maybe something we could have improved on. Thinking back now and watching the video after reading these comments, you sort of get where they're coming from, and maybe if there had been a backing track, as you see from one of the comments, it said maybe you could have used sort of sea waves to sort of set the scene, just something to give it more depth rather than just having the odd cannon shot going off or things rolling across the deck. Things like that would have helped improve our video, and then would have improved the viewer's experience while watching our animation. Another thing that kept coming up in the question, is there anything we could improve on, was the audio quality and the volume of the audio. People were saying that the volume was maybe a bit too low, we could have turned it up a bit. Others were saying that it was the narrator and the way he spoke. Again, that could have been because of the audio quality itself. People were saying it was too low and maybe it sounded a bit scripted. However, these are things we, looking back on our video, could have improved, and maybe taken a second run at the narration, tried to increase the audio quality. But these things now can be taken on board and the improvements can be made. And this is just a short example just to show you of this problem that we could have improved on. It's only a minor detail, but it's very noticeable throughout the comments. As you can see, when the cannon fires, shortly after, the back wheel disappears. Obviously a lot of people noticed this and picked up on it, commented upon it, so we could have just taken a wee bit of extra time and fixed this. Looking back at our animation sequence now, after all the feedback we've obtained, you do sort of see how you could go about improving certain aspects where people noticed there were slight issues. Small problem there with the cannon wheel you've seen there, and the other things such as the audio quality, the sound effects used, even the animation of the characters could all have been a lot smoother. People were also asking about maybe a wee bit of more care and time spent of the people actually, so it looks like they're walking along the floor rather than, at some points I did notice myself that it looked to just glide along the floor rather than just actually walking, which would have added more realism to the animation. And then at the end of the day, that is what the 12 principles of animation are there for, to add some realism to the animations. And that was my 2D animation second assignment. Thanks very much for listening.